We are talking about how your retirement account can own rental properties or can invest in real estate in a number of different ways. Actually, inside your retirement account, it could be a replacement for the things that you are currently investing inside your retirement account. And you can do this without paying any penalties. You can do this without having to pay the taxes before you want to. It is just an asset that is available to be invested in inside your retirement accounts. It's not illegal. It is totally fine to do. It is just not well known.
Mhm.
And it's not traditional. It's not what average investors do. But what we have seen and what I have personally invested in and what we have seen with clients is that you can do some amazing things to diversify within your retirement accounts
Yeah.
by owning single family rental properties or investing in real estate, or really there's a number of things you can invest in your retirement accounts. It's not just limited to real estate. So you
Yeah.
just open your minds a little bit. Hopefully today is a beginning of a conversation and probably leads to a little bit more due diligence for you. But that's really what we want to shine a light on today is that you can do this. You can do this
You can
inside
do
your
this.
retirement accounts with no penalties.
It's funny, man. When I hear someone say it's not illegal, you can do this. I'm like, well, you're shady.
I know, right? I don't know how else to say it. I'm
What's
like,
the origin of the story of that, right? You were talking about how, like, when you first started, your dad was like, "This is illegal. You can't do this," or something like that, right?
I mean, a lot of people said that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because people throw that like that out there. I think to scare a lot of people. You know what people told us before we were signing 2 and 3 year leases?
That it was illegal.
It was illegal. People would tell us that it was illegal to sign 2 and 3 year leases, and we've signed, like 900 this year and signed thousands each year.
Mhm.
So, and people will say that about investing in your retirement account
Yeah.
as well, and it's certainly not illegal.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Anyways, this is a tried and true mechanism that you have been doing for 20 years.
Yes.
You have hundreds, if not, yeah, I mean, I know that you guys have thousands of clients. I don't want to say thousands doing this right now, but you
Yeah.
have a large percentage of your clientele that does this.
Yeah.
Bobby Montgomery just said it in the chat. He just set something like that up. I know Lee Bishop got into famous MVP Lee
Right.
Bishop. He got into it doing this
Sure.
stuff, right? So let's just explain it. Why don't we, GC?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I hear investing inside of a retirement account, the first thing that I think of explaining is this is money that you invested, that you put away
Mhm.
before paying taxes on it, right?
Mhm.
Pre-tax dollars that you've been able to save through some kind of mechanism, being a company 401k
Mhm.
or an IRA that I've created myself
Mhm.
post after, or a 401k from an old company that I rolled over
Mhm.
into an IRA.
Mhm.
How am I doing there?
You're doing really well. I think let's just kind of go down that path a little bit more. So, in whenever you are doing retirement planning, there's pre-tax money
Mhm.
and then there's post-tax retirement accounts.
Yeah.
Pre-tax would be things like a 401k or a traditional IRA. So, and then on the post-tax side, that would be your Roth IRA. And there are some forms of a Roth 401k. It's just not as common there. So on the Roth side, that means that you've paid the taxes and then you take what's left over and then you contribute into the Roth IRA.
Mhm.
And that's really powerful because at that point, then it can grow tax free and you don't have to pay taxes on it on the way out
Okay.
as well,
Okay.
as long as you have to wait until you're past 59 and a half.
Sure.
On the pre-tax side, you defer the taxes.
Mhm.
So it's a write-off
Mhm.
basically for you. And then it grows tax deferred.
Mhm.
And then you do need to pay the tax bill at the end when you actually distribute the money to yourself. And so that's just kind of, 401ks or traditional IRAs. Those are the pre-tax ones. Roth IRAs or anything Roth is the post-tax. Now, within either of those buckets, you can invest in a number of different assets. The reason why it's so not so well known is because the big brokerages
Mhm.
don't offer real estate.
Got it.
And they don't offer real estate because it is complicated
Yeah.
and it's complex and they don't need to do it and they don't want to do it.
Sure.
And so your big, retirement account providers, Fidelity, you will never see Fidelity offer you to buy a single family rental property because it just doesn't fit with their model.
Yeah.
But you certainly can. And so what you need to do is you have to work with somebody different than a big brokerage house. You can't work with Fidelity or Schwab or any of these well-known ones.
Mhm.
You need to work with a self-directed custodian.
Okay.
And a self-directed custodian has a different suite of assets that they are set up to serve for your retirement account. You still could invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds inside a self-directed custodian's
Mhm.
account, but you likely wouldn't. You would go to a self-directed custodian so that you could invest in a JWB turnkey rental property or private lending or really any type
Or
of
Bitcoin.
or Bitcoin.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
you can put whatever you want in there. You can put, like, precious art in there if you want, right? Like, stuff like that.
There are some
I don't wanna
limitations.
enter
I
yeah,
don't, first of all, I'm not an accountant, so you should take this and you should go and do some more due diligence.
Mhm.
And especially when we're talking about using a self-directed custodian, they're wonderful. They're going to know more about what you can and can't invest in, but the list of what you can't invest in is actually quite small.